Hi everyone, and welcome to another Wednesday class. It's great to have you there. Please say hi in the chat. Let's see who's going to be first today to post in the chat. Lisa, good morning everyone. Kat's on the chat. There she is. She's just posted. Lovely heart to start us off with. Okay, we're getting towards the end of this month, so we've only got 2 more months left on the Spleen Channel, and we're going to be tracing all the meridians all the way through the year. That's our project we've set ourselves for the year. I'll just remind you of our 1 year cycle. So if you look at all these 12 meridians, each one of them's got 2 hours in the 24-hour slot time circle there, and we've worked with the lung, large intestine, stomach, and now we're on the spleen. So it's like, if you imagine January lung, February with large intestine, March with stomach, and April is spleen. So we'll soon be getting onto the heart meridian. We've got another couple of points for the week coming up. And also I've been looking back through all the polls and tidying the polls up because we've got so many of them. And I thought what we'd do today is, it was very interesting last week because we worked more internally with the breath. And I think this week, what I'd really like to find out is what kind of imbalances we're dealing with in the group and whereabouts they are. And we'll kind of focus more locally and energetically on them. So I've got a couple of polls for that after we've done the scan. So there we are. It's great to see so many familiar people on the chat. Thank you very much for tuning in again for Wednesday class. So let's get straight on to it. So here we go. So let's do the whole body scanning first of all, and then I'm going to ask a couple of polls about whereabouts and what kind of imbalances we've got as a group. And then we can work from there, because one of the great things about these classes, which I really have enjoyed in the more than 2 years that we're doing it, is we've kind of monitored how the group's changed, where the different stresses have come in. And that means that spontaneously each week we can kind of adjust the exercises depending on where the group is, which burner is affected, what type of imbalances are going on. We've seen some very big changes and movements through the last 2 years. So let's continue doing that. We're going to start by doing a whole body scan. Really good idea once a week just to check in with yourself. That's to kind of go internally. This is actually called focusing. It's a way of becoming aware of your whole body energy. And it's quite warm in here today. I'm going to just take my jacket off straight away. Yeah, it's a really lovely warm day here in Norwich. We're just going to stand. And before we change anything, we're just going to tune in and see exactly where we are to start with today. So bring your attention way above your head here, and then slowly bring it down. See if you can sense anything above your head, maybe your energy field here. And then we're going to go into the actual head itself. We're going to scan down through the cranium. We're checking in how your eyes feel, checking in how the ears are. And then when we get to here, it's very important because we've got the biggest, first real joint in the body. So we can check out how your jaw is feeling internally. You may like to close your eyes to do this. And then go down through the nose, through into the jaw. So we're scanning the whole of the head. I'm just going to shut up for 1 minute, for 1 second, and just do it myself. I'm just scanning in. Okay, and then once we get to here, then we can go through the neck, a very important area, checking out the throat, the cervical spine, and then down. So we're going to go down through the shoulders, and then down the limbs, down the arms, down into the hands, just checking out your elbows, wrists and fingertips. And then we're going to go down through the torso of the body. So we're checking out the spine, and we're also checking out the abdomen and the chest as we go down. We're just looking at feeling those structures, any tension, any weakness as we go down. Okay, and then we get down into the lower part of the abdomen, the sacrum, the hips. And then we go down the legs, down into the knees, ankles and feet. Okay, so now we're just going to kind of step back from ourselves, as it were, and look at and kind of tune into the whole of our body. And we just take it as one whole, and just notice if there's anywhere particular that your attention's drawn to. It might be a blockage, a weakness, feeling of cold or heat. It could be anything really that brings your attention to your energy. Okay, turn that into an image, and then we're going to draw our whole body scan. I'm going to draw mine. It doesn't have to be completely like figurative. It could be quite an abstract thing. Okay, so I've got the whole body scan now, and this is what I'm like today, just in case you can see that. There's definitely I need the Wednesday class as much as anyone. Okay, so before we do anything else, I'm going to run 2 polls. I'm going to ask you where in your body you'd like to work and what kind of thing it is that you'd like to work. Okay, so here we go. I've got this. Okay, here we are. Look, which of these best describes your scan? This is the overall feeling of your energy. Okay, so I'm going to read it out and then just vote for one of these. Do you feel generally well and balanced? Do you feel mainly blocked? Or do you feel weak or tired? Do you feel hot or agitated or cold or frozen? Because they are categorizations in Chinese medicine that kind of influence the way we would do a Shiatsu treatment. So obviously it's going to influence the way that we do the exercises. And look, what we're getting here, very, very interesting. Over half so far are voting for weak or tired. We've got quite a few blocked and obstructed here. So as we're doing the exercises, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you options depending on whether you feel more blocked or more tired. And if you're feeling hot or cold, then we can put some little bit of extra things in there. And those of you who voted well and balanced, congratulations, well done. You must be the people coming regularly to the class. Okay, so that's very interesting. We've got a little bit more weak and tired than blocked or obstructed. So now I'd like you to look at your diagram, which is what I'm doing now, looking at your diagram. And we're going to find out whereabouts, and I've tweaked this poll this morning. Okay, here we go. Where do you, I'm going to read through it before you vote. Where in your body do you feel the block or weakness you'd like to work with? Head or neck, shoulders, the limbs, that's the arms and the legs, the back, or the torso? I've reorganized it to give us some more of a focus in on where you'd like to work here. Wow, this is a surprise. This is a surprise. Okay, look, we've got quite a lot of people voting for the actual limbs themselves, and also for the torso, which is a surprise. Unsurprisingly, the head and neck comes up pretty strong, but it's much more even than I imagined. I thought we'd get much more head and neck there, but okay. So we've actually got as many people voting more or less for head and neck as we have the back and the trunk. Okay, so it's pretty much all over here, but we've got pretty much a balance between weak and tired. So we have to look after those people who are feeling a bit weak and tired because we don't want the exercise. We want the exercise to be more internal, like we did last week, to basically tonify the Qi. So bear that in mind. Okay, so before we start, let's spend a couple of minutes figuring out where we are with the burners. And this has been quite an extraordinary experience over the last 2 years, the way in which the burners have switched between the upper and the middle, and sometimes the lower, depending on the stress level and the fatigue level going as we've gone through the pandemic and outside the other side of it. So it's time to tune into our burners. So let's take some time to do this, and then I'll do a poll on this, and then we can start the exercises. Okay, so here we go. So let's start off with the lower burner. So that's from the navel down onto the pelvic floor, all the way around and into the sacrum here. So you've got this whole area here is your lower burner. So we're just going to close our eyes for a second and really go internally and feel out what is it like in that lower burner. Okay, now I'm going to shift our attention up to the middle burner. That's below the diaphragm here, but it also includes the lower thoracic spine. So we've got the lower thoracic spine there, all the way around, okay? And yeah, that's this whole area here. Check it out, see what it feels like. Compare it with the lower burner. Okay, got it? And then up into the upper burner, that's the whole chest area, into the thoracic spine, encompassing the lungs and the heart. So let's just tune into that. Okay, and then turn that into an image, and we can draw our 3 burner. And if you're coming regularly, I know many of you come regularly to the class, you can think back and just see how your burners are changing. It's a very, very interesting thing to do once a week, just to spend a few minutes just tuning in, finding out where we're at. And I'm going to run this is my 3 burners today. Okay, so now let's run the poll and see what's happening. We've had a bit of a run of middle and lower burner, but let's just see what happens today. Okay, so where is the poll? Which burner do you want to work on most today? And here it is. And then we'll have all we need to start with the exercises. Oh, whoa, okay, here we go. Anyone else want to vote? Look what we've got. We've got the upper burner pulling away again, and the middle burner is taking 3rd place now. Look at that, that's a really very big change. Okay, so now let's just think about that in terms of tonifying those of us who need more energy, and also moving the obstructions. So we can work with the lower and the upper burners, particularly today. Okay, so let's start. Okay, now shaking as a technique is mainly used to remove obstructions. So if you've got any blockages in your body, you want to release them, shaking is one of the best ways to do it. It's one of the ways the nervous system regulates itself, especially with trauma. Shaking, something that's done naturally. But if you're feeling tired and weak, you've got to be a little bit careful about shaking, because it could be over-sedating for you, and it could make you just feel more tired. Okay, so we're going to adapt it today. I'm going to emphasize the internal aspects of the connection before we shake. Okay, so here we go. So what we're going to do now is before we start releasing, we're going to start by grounding through the earth, opening up kidney 1 on the soles of the feet. Okay, and we're going to bring the breath directly into the lower abdomen, and we're going to secure the foundation of our energy before we start releasing. Okay, so let's place our hands over the dantian, just below the navel here. Let's keep the shoulders really relaxed, and we're going to just take some nice easy breaths into the lower dantian. Okay, now if you're feeling more on the tired side and you voted for the lower burner, you've really got to look after yourself. You've really got to try and really build up this the Qi in the lower burner, because it's the foundation of Qi in the body. So we do that mainly by lower abdominal breathing, internal breathing, and so it's good for everyone. So we're going to do a few breaths before we start shaking. Okay, so here we go. Breathing in. Follow the breath down. Okay, hold the breath underneath our hands. Let the Qi gather here into the lower burner. And then as we breathe out, we just imagine the breath coming out, and we leave the Qi down in the lower burner. So we're kind of charging up the lower burner with Qi like a battery. Okay, let's do it again, breathing in. Okay, one more. Okay, very good. Okay, now if you voted for that you're more tired, what I'd like to do is keep that foundation, keep that connection down there with kidney 1 and the lower abdominal breathing as we shake. Because what that will do is it'll keep the Qi secure, and it will stop you over sedating yourself or over releasing. Okay, so now we're going to start the shaking. Find the place in your body that you most want to release. Okay, and that includes, even if you're feeling a bit tired, there's probably places where you're holding a bit of tension. As long as we keep that secure connection with the earth, keep the breathing into the lower hara, it's perfectly safe to start shaking. If you're feeling a bit weak, keep the shaking really, really light and open, and breathe in internally and release with the breath. If you're feeling a bit more blocked, you want to go a bit stronger with the shaking until you really feel the energy starting to move. Okay, so I'd like you to pick one area that you'd like to work on with the shaking. We're going to start there and we're going to breathe into that area. So we're breathing in, into that area, okay, and then breathing out and starting to shake. Okay, so we're going to keep shaking. Those of us who are more obstructed can increase the shaking, and then we're going to start spreading that shaking all through the whole body. Okay, now if you voted for your energy being a bit lower, keep the shaking nice and gentle and keep that lower abdominal breathing, keep that connection with the earth, keep the chi being supported as you release. Okay. Very good. So we're focusing in on the main area that we want to release. That's entirely up to you, depending on your drawings. Very good. Shaking out through the legs. Okay, excellent. So now I'm just going to let that shaking go through the whole body. And let's just check out by going down through our body. Let's release the jaw. Let's release the major joints in the body. We start off with the jaw. Let the jaw hang down. Make some silly noises. As long as you've got no one listening to you, like neighbours or friends or pets, you can let the jaw go. Opening the throat, relaxing the throat. Okay, got it? And now is a good time to get that golden thread connecting up towards the heavens from the top of the head. Keeping the jaw really released. Opening the throat. Very good. Okay, working down, we've got the shoulders. These are the next major joint in the body. You're going to just rotate the shoulders a little bit. Shake them out. Get that egg underneath your armpit. And now, quite a lot of people voted for the arms and legs, didn't they? So let's just make a bit of do a little bit of focusing in on the arms. We're going to open that egg underneath the armpit, shaking the shoulders and go down into the elbows. And we're going to shake and open up the elbows. Got that? And then down into the wrists. And then down into every little finger joint, shaking all the way down. Okay, excellent. Okay, so we've got shoulders, we've got jaw, neck, shoulders, and arms. So now we've got the whole torso and the back. Quite a few people voted for the torso itself. So let's see if we can just release any tension or obstruction in the whole torso. We've got the head floating up. We've got all the horizontal structure of the body, rib cage here, freeing that up, shaking down, shaking out any tension we've got there. And also don't forget the back, you can focus in on the spine, moving the spine like this, just gently moving it, opening up any tension in the spine and working down. Okay, excellent. We're working down into the pelvic floor and then finally we get into the hips. You can do this kind of thing, opening the hips, rotating. You might need to hang on to the wall or a chair. You can't quite stand on one leg. That can be a bit of quite a good idea to get a chair. And then we can just rotate, shake out. Hips are a place where we often carry a lot of tension. And then shaking out. And then down into the knee. And then the ankle, and then all the bones in the foot, just rippling them around, opening them up. Lovely. Okay, just to the other side. Shaking out. Nice and gently if you're feeling a bit tired, but just releasing down into the knees and into the feet. Okay, very good. So let's just tune in and see how we're doing. Doesn't that feel great? Okay, just nice and just give it one last little shake. And if you're feeling a bit tired, don't forget, just keep that kidney one firmly on the ground Keep the breathing nice and deep into the lower dantian. Okay, great. So now let's work upwards from the feet and we'll work through the burners. We've got a lot of people voting for the lower and the upper burner today, and we need to look after those who are feeling a little bit tired. So we're going to go nice and easy today. If you've got some structure, you can always do the exercise a little bit stronger if you need to, but we want to make sure that we look after our total energy by tonifying the body. And the place we're going to start is our famous kidney 1 point. I think we had one person, didn't we, vote for? A few people vote for feeling hot in the body. Let's just have a quick look at that. Hot. Yes, we had 2 people, hot and agitated. Okay, now if you're feeling hot and agitated, this is the point for you, because, or even just tired, because this is kidney 1 is such an important point for the cooling the body. It's the most yin point of the body. It basically is the chill out point. And it chills the whole body out because it connects us with the earth, and also calms the mind. It helps clear any obstruction or heat in the head. It's also the start of the kidney meridian, and we need the kidney meridian to tonify the lower burner, which is the foundation of our Qi, development of our Qi. Okay, so let's go straight in and get that kidney 1 activated really early on in the session today. We're going to open up the foot here. Okay, now check this out. If you're feeling more obstructed in the body, maybe feeling a bit irritable, it could be liver qi stagnation. And the way you can find that out is by moving the big toe and the second toe and just seeing how those 2 bones move. And if they feel really stiff and kind of blocked, and if you press down here between this first and second toe where liver 3 is, it could indicate that you've got just generally liver qi stagnation in your body. And so if you're feeling a bit more obstructed and you don't feel any kidney 1 so much, you might want to just do this. Wriggle the first and second toes back and forwards. In fact, I'm pushing them like this quite strongly, actually, look like this, and massaging down there. And that will help start to move the liver qi, which will be good later on when we start shaking the torso. However, if you're feeling a little bit more tired, how about some gentle tapping on kidney 1? Certainly if you're feeling hot and agitated, we'll activate this point and it will really do the job of chilling everything out. So I'm just tapping kidney 1 here. If you want to add a bit more sophistication, you can hold kidney 3. Remember that point just behind the ankle with the thumb, and that can increase the tonifying aspect of the kidneys. If you want to do some internal connections, try holding kidney 1, hold kidney 3, close your eyes, relax your knee down, and see if you can feel a connection between kidney 1, kidney 3, up the leg and into the lower burner. And if you can do that, that's pretty amazing, because you're feeling the kidney channel opening up, which is just what we need to anchor the breath down into the lower burner. Okay. Brilliant. How about the other foot? Let's do the same the other foot. So I'm just going to tap here. Get that kidney 1 activated. Check my liver 3 point. How is it doing? Not too bad. Just giving it a bit of a wriggle, a bit of a stretch. Always good to keep the liver nice and free flowing, especially at this time of year, because it's the spring is happening, which we're well into the spring now, and that's when the liver energy rises up and all the plants start growing. We'll start planning things like holidays, and it's also a time when, if you've got any qi stagnation, you're really going to feel it, kind of irritable and angry and stuff like that. So we need to keep it flowing at this time of year. I'm just doing a bit more on the liver. Just here, between the first and second toe. Okay, and tapping kidney 1. Okay, excellent. Very good. Time to put my socks back on. It's still a little bit cool on the floor, even though the sun is out and it's beautiful morning here in Norwich. Here we go. Okay, this is a moment I look forward to every week, which is feeling kidney 1 chilling out the whole body. Okay, so we're standing feet shoulder width apart, and we are tuning into kidney 1, activated. And you notice that you've got kind of like a tingling feeling all the way up your legs and into the lower burner. If you've got that, that's fantastic. That's the liver, the kidney energy going up from the earth. And doesn't it give you a lovely, calm, kind of chilled out feeling in the whole body? Really good if you're hot and agitated, but also very good if you're feeling tired, because that's where we get the Qi from the earth. Okay, so now let's just check out the breathing again. We're going to rub our hands together, place them on the lower dantian. Okay. Now we've done quite a lot of releasing already this session, so floating the head up shouldn't be a problem, keeping the throat open, relaxing the jaw. We're going to relax the shoulders, open up the armpits with the egg underneath. Relax all the way down the arms. Relax the hips. Okay. And relax the knees. And feel that nice continuity all out through the body. Okay, now we're going to do some lower abdominal breathing. Totally important if you voted lower burner and you're feeling tired, this is the exercise that you must do. I'd recommend you do it every day for at least like 10-15 minutes a day, maybe 5 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening. And you can even do it when you're just sitting on the bus or in the car or waiting for something. Open up kidney 1, relax, float your head up, and breathe the Qi into the lower burner. Here we go. Ready? Breathing in. Very good. Hold it there. Gather the Qi right into the back, not just the front of the abdomen. Hold it and breathe out. Just let the air come out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Okay. Breathing in. Okay, breathing out. Just gathering the Qi there underneath the hands. Okay, if you like another variation of that and you need a bit more grounding and opening up, you can start breathing down through your kidney 1. Check this out, it's a really good grounding exercise. I'll just talk you through it, keeping the upper body relaxed. What we're going to do now is we're going to breathe in, bring the Qi underneath the hands, like we did before, into the lower abdomen. Okay. Hold the breath, and then this time, as we breathe out, we're going to direct our Qi, our mind, down the legs into kidney 1 and then as deep into the earth as we can. Here we go. Breathing out, sending the Qi down, right down, relaxing the hips, relaxing the knees, relaxing the ankles. Send that Qi down as far as you can into the center of the earth. Very good. Okay. Now, in our imagination, we're going to breathe in through the earth into the dantian. Here we go. Ready? So we're breathing in. Imagine the Qi coming up through kidney 1 into the dantian. Hold it. Breathe out. Send the Qi down through the legs again. Relax those knees and those ankles. Open up kidney 1. Send the Qi down like an enormous root that goes down, right down into the center of the earth. Okay, you get a sense of how calm that makes you feel. Let's just do one more and we will be so chilled out. Okay, here we go. Breathing in, we're going to breathe the Qi up from the earth. Open up kidney 1. Feel the Qi coming up through the legs. Hold it. And then breathe out. Send the Qi down the legs, through kidney 1, and right down into the center of the earth. And relax. Okay, now you probably won't be able to get your leg to connect. Your leg will be so rooted to the center of the earth now you won't be able to pick it up. Oh, just about did it. Maybe lift the other one off. But seriously though, can you feel how that makes us feel so calm and so connected with the earth? And that's just what we need if we're agitated, feeling a little bit weak in energy, and even obstructed, because we need that solid feeling of connection with the earth so that we can release further up the body. Okay, excellent. So that's the lower burner now connected to the breath and connected down into the earth. So it's time now to move up to the middle burner. Didn't get too many votes for middle burner, but it's always important to keep that area as free as we can. So let's just do a little bit of dowing and a little bit of twisting exercises. Head floating up. Okay. Now again, if you're feeling a little bit weak, keep that connection down through kidney 1 and just allow yourself to gently move like this. Just opening up the whole middle burner. And if you're feeling more obstructed, if you voted for obstruction and middle burner, okay, we know who you are, okay, you really got to work this one, because this is the main way that you want to move the obstruction with this twisting exercise. And I suggest if you voted for middle burner and obstruction in your Qi, you want to be doing something like this. Hitting the sides of the body to stimulate the liver and the gallbladder channel, like this. And you want to keep doing that, as twisting as strongly as you can around and really focusing on releasing this, okay? For those of us who are not quite so blocked up, keep that kidney 1 open, nice and gentle, releasing the middle burner, okay? Like this. Okay, so just adjust it to what you need, but as I say, those of us who voted obstruction and middle burner, this is the one for you, because we've really got to get that obstruction moving in order for everything to flow through the body. Okay, so we really need to do some dowing now. We're going to do some dowing on the liver and gallbladder channels. Okay, and we're going to do it in such a way that we can either release or tonify the whole body, and I'll talk you through that as we do it. Okay, now the liver is mainly to do with stagnation of energy in the body. So again, if you're obstructed, this is really for you. You want to really get this energy moving. If you're feeling a bit weaker though, take it easy, maybe even just hold that channel even, rather than tapping, just hold it, or just tap very lightly just to activate the channel. And we're going to go down and we're going to make sure we release the hips. We've got gallbladder 30 here, a major point for Qi stagnation in the lower body. And tap here, and we're going to go down the gallbladder channel, up the liver channel. Again, if you're really feeling weak, you may just want to just slowly go up, holding the channel and getting that Qi from your hands into the channel. And you'll feel the whole thing get warmer. If you tap it, you'll tend to move obstruction as we go. So it's really up to you, depending on how you voted in the poll. Okay, so let's go down again. Okay, if you've got any tension in the body, especially in the torso, maybe in the neck, if you've got tension and you voted for obstruction, this point is for you. Gallbladder 34, the major point in the body for releasing the ciliaries and tendons. Down. Okay, liver. Around, gallbladder, liver, okay, now we go on to the stomach and spleen. The stomach and spleen are very important for tonifying the Qi. So if you've got any digestive issues, you may be feeling a bit weak, you may be voting for the middle or the lower burner, and you may have some IBS or diarrhea or something like that, and you're feeling a bit weak because of that, then this will help the digestive system, help the middle burner tonify your energy. So let's do that. We're going to start here, and we're going to go down. Okay, now if you voted tired and weak, this is one of the most important points in the body for you. Stomach 36 is one of the main tonifying points for the body, the famous 3-mile point that the Chinese armies used. They used to moxa this with heat when they went on long marches. Every 3 miles they could march all day. And so I'll just spend a little bit of time just tapping that, and we can increase the power of it by tuning into the whole front of the body, get that stomach channel and spleen channel activated. Keep kidney 1 open, you want to keep that connection with the earth, and down we go to the feet, and then up the spleen channel, the inside front of the legs. Yeah? Okay, so now we're going to go down again. Down the stomach. Stomach 36, major tonifying point for the body. Up. Okay, one more time. Down we go. And up we go. Lovely. Okay, and brushing off. Okay, so that's our middle burner, nicely released and tonified. Excellent. So now we're going to go up to the upper burner. That was one of the most favourite burners that we had this week, which is to do with the breathing and also the regulation of the heart. Quite a lot of emotional factors kind of influence the upper burner, but also very important, again, if you're feeling tired or weak, because according to Chinese medicine, there's 3 burners work together to give you energy. Basically, this is your baseline energy, your constitutional energy, and the energy in the lower burner. We've got the energy from food here, which we get from obviously from eating food, digesting it. So we've got to look after this burner. And then finally, we get the qi from the air, and that's really important. That's correct breathing. So we've got basically the lesson of the body is moderate lifestyle and conserving your energy and looking after yourself in general as a lower burner, eating nutritious food and chewing and getting nourishment from food, and correct breathing. And those are the 3 sort of important zones that teach us how we can develop our energy. So assuming that we've done our lower abdominal breathing, we've released the middle burner, we're going to have a nice lunch. The only thing left so far is to make sure that we breathe correctly, and that means releasing the whole thoracic area, allowing the breath to come in deeply. So ways we can help that with Shiatsu exercises and Qi Gong exercises is by tonifying the lungs. And probably this is the most important lung tonifying exercise. We did this quite a lot of this last week. It's very important to do it internally, not just kind of wave your arms about. It's really an internal exercise. Float the head up, sink the sacrum down, connect that kidney 1 into the earth like we did before until you get a really solid connection into the earth. Just let that energy go down. And then we're going to tune into the upper burner. We're going to lift the arms up, bring the thumbs out. Just that gentle movement there will open up lung 1. Okay, we're going to breathe in and then breathe out and just let the arms go back down. Okay, nice easy breaths. As we breathe in, we track to see where the breath is going in the body. Nice easy breath, breathing out. Okay, so this is very much an internal exercise. As you breathe in, I'd like you to track where that breathing goes and make sure that it fills right, the lungs right up as far as the diaphragm. So here we go, ready? Breathing in. And breathing out. Now what you'll probably find is there's certain places in your lungs, maybe left or right, or it could be anywhere where the breath doesn't feel like it's kind of quite getting there. And so we're going to direct that internally to maximize the uptake of oxygen from the lungs. Okay, so we keep swinging. Breathing in. Filling up the whole lungs. Okay, holding it for a second and breathing out. Excellent. Okay, let's just do a few more of those. Breathing in. Breathing out. Okay, very good. And the arms come to the side. Okay, let's just take a deep breath in now without the exercise. Okay, nice and easy breath going in there. So let's activate the channel a little bit more, just get a bit of a boost, and I'll just remind you where that is. This lung 1 is just here, just in front of the shoulder, just down from the clavicle. And we're going to tap here and go down the lung channel down into the thumb. And if you were in our cycle of the meridians in January, you'll remember that we started off the whole year at lung 1, and we're going to go all the way through all the channels. So I'm going to just remind you of that. So we're going to start off here at lung 1, around lung 1 and lung 2, in front of the shoulders. Tapping around here. And we're going to go down towards the thumb. Lung 5, remember, it's a very important point for opening up the chest, which is right on the elbow here. You'll get it naturally, you'll find it on the way down to the thumb. Just going to tap. Now again, if you're feeling a little bit weak, and especially if you've got any breathing issues, if you voted for the upper burner and you felt weak, you've got to be a little bit careful with this exercise, keep it nice and light. This is the best one for you to do during the week, I would suggest, because it's a very tonifying exercise. So when we're doing this, you might even just want to hold all the way down the channel if you're feeling very weak in the lungs, and hold with the palm and activate the channel. If you want a little bit more activation, then we can tap lightly down into the thumb. And come up the large intestine channel, which is what we did in February. It goes up. It's the arm channel connects up into the head. Remember that? And we come round into the lung again. Lung 5. Lung 9. Lung 10. Lung 9. Lung 10. And lung 11 at the end there. Okay, up the large intestine channel. And round once again. Again, if you're feeling very weak, you might just want to hold all the way down. See if you can feel the whole channel opening up into the thumb. Got it? Brilliant. Okay, excellent. So that's the lung channel on that one, and we do the other side. And we go down. Number 5. Again, if you're really feeling weak, you might just want to hold and feel the channel opening up, like self Shiatsu kind of thing. The palm. Other ones we just tap. And around we go. Okay, and then brushing up. Lovely. How about this lovely lung stretch? Can you feel that tingling down into the thumbs? That's the lung channel activated. And if you just roll our shoulders back a little bit like this, you'll feel all of this lovely opening of lung 1. And you can really enjoy that by lifting the arms up, breathing in, breathing out, stretching back with the thumbs. Okay, nice and internally, feeling that breath inside the body, feeling the channel from the inside, rather than it being just an external stretch. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. Okay, excellent. So we've covered the 3 main ways to develop your energy if you're feeling weak and tired. Get that lower abdominal breathing. Make sure you get plenty of rest, good quality rest, like doing exercises, breathing exercises, or just mindfulness or something, rather than just not doing anything. So it's like active rest, keeping the middle burner relaxed and open, and eating regularly, eating nutritious food, making sure you chew. It's really important. That will give you the so-called Qi, the Qi from the digestion, which then combines with the Qi from the lungs. So correct breathing. They're the 3 secrets to building up our energy. Okay, so now we've got regulating the heartbeat and the upper burner. So in the upper burner, we've also got the heart, pericardium, emotional center of the body, the heart chakra. We've got a lot of heart-related things here. It's a really good idea, at least once a week, just check out, see how we are. So let's try this stretch, breathing in, breathing out. Okay, and we're feeling it through to the middle finger. And I would like you to just tune in and ask yourself, what does that feel like? Does that feel tight and obstructed? Or does it feel kind of a little bit weak and flaccid, so your arms just kind of flop backwards? And does it feel tight here, or does it feel a bit weak? Because that will definitely govern how we're going to do the next exercise, which is on the pericardium channel down the center of the arms. Okay, now if you're feeling obstructed here, you'll find that if you tap here, like this, with the knuckles like this, and you can tap here, and you'll be able to release quite a lot of that tension, that's obstruction in the pericardium and the heart channel and the upper chest. If, however, you're feeling very weak, I would just hold, press in here, and just tonify those areas up, or tap very lightly with the fingertips, just to get some more Qi into that area. Okay, so you really want to regulate this and change it depending on what you need. Let's remember though to keep that kidney one open, keep the breathing down nice and low into the abdomen, keep the head floating up, and we're going to work out along the pericardium channel using going or holding, depending on what you feel like. If you voted upper burner and you voted tired and weak, this is where you've got to be really careful. We've done some tonification of the lungs, but really what you want to do is just hold down here, hold all the way down the pericardium channel, just holding it, feeling the connection up into the chest, and that's going to tonify this whole area and give you a lot more strength on the physical and the emotional level. If you're obstructed though, and you voted for the upper burner, that's when you need the tapping. Okay? So I'll leave it up to you to decide. You can go up the triple heated channel and the outside of the arm to make a circuit and come around. Okay, or holding like this. I'm pressing my heel of my hand right into the middle of the arm here, aiming down towards the middle finger there. That feels great. Okay, don't forget this point here, palace of anxiety, always useful. If you can feel that all the way up through and into the chest, you'll feel the action of that point calming the whole upper heater. Okay, it's right there in the center of the palm. Excellent. Keep that kidney one on the ground. Keep that connected. Brushing off. Here we go. Down the middle of the arm. Holding if necessary if you're feeling weak. Tapping if you want a bit more activation of the channel. Palace of anxiety again on this hand. And tapping up triple heater channel. Excellent. Okay, you want to just be really kind to yourself, especially if you're feeling tired, a little bit tired and low in energy. Just really be kind to yourself. Tonify those channels. Get that whole upper heater nice and released so you can breathe in and have nice calm emotional state. Okay, not forgetting kidney one. Let's keep that kidney one connected. A little bit of a shake out. Okay, and now what we're going to do now is just stretch out the heart channel. We do that by putting your hands in the prayer position, opening the armpits and pointing the fingertips back behind us towards the wall. Got it? And then back up and relax. Okay, let's just do a little bit of self shiatsu on the hand. What we're going to do is we're just going to press this heart point here, heart 9, which is a really important point for tonifying the heart blood. So if you're feeling a bit weak, maybe you're getting insomnia, if you voted that you're tired and you voted for the upper burner and you're getting things like insomnia, maybe some anxiety, things like that, or restlessness, then that indicates you probably need some heart blood tonification. This point is really good for you. You can just hold this point. It's a great point for everyone really, but just gently holding this point. I'm going to activate the point internally again by anchoring ourselves on kidney 1, just to get that yin quality to the whole body. And gently hold heart 9, and we're going to relax the whole upper burner. So if you can feel a connection or resonance between heart 9 and the upper burner, we're just going to hold that for a few seconds. We're going to breathe nice and easily into the upper burner. Relax the arm, open those armpits up with the egg to get the qi down the arms. Okay, and what you might find if you're feeling a bit tired is kind of a feeling of energy kind of building in the upper burner and kind of giving you like a calm, a more solid feeling in the upper burner. And that's the tonification of the heart blood. Really useful, as I say, if you're feeling deficient, and if you voted upper burner, this is probably the best point for you this week. So we're just going to do the other side. But this is good for everyone really, just to keep the mind calm. And if you find yourself getting stressy during the week, something's going to stress you out, This is the sort of thing you can do really easily, sitting or standing. First of all, get that kidney 1 connected with the earth, bring everything down. Nice easy breaths into the upper burner, and you can just hold. What I like doing is holding it like this. You can either hold it like this, but what I like to do is bring my hand round like this. So I'm actually holding it there. And you can just do that if you're waiting in the queue, or or just in any stressful situation, no one will even notice. I think you're just holding onto your wrist like that. Internally, what we do is we open up kidney 1, relax the whole body, float the head up, relax that upper burner, and feel the resonance between that point and the upper burner. So in your mind, you're kind of connecting up the sensation of that point being gently pressed, relaxing and opening the arms. And once you've got that set up, you'll start feeling a calm, solid feeling in the upper burner, and that's the tonification of the heart blood. If you're interested in Chinese medicine, calms the mind and provides a stable base for the Shen, or the spirit, to rest during the night. So it's one of the main points that's used for insomnia. Okay, here we go. Very good. Okay, so now it's time to just finish up. I think we've got about 10-15 minutes left. How are we doing? Yes, we've got 10 minutes left. Excellent. It's time to clear out those yang channels. We wanted to clear out the yang channels before we finish. We noticed, let's just have a look, quite a lot of people would have voted for head or neck. Yes, 31%. In fact, it won, 31%. And there's good reason for that, because all the yang channels go up and they go into the head and neck. So we really want to clear those out every week. So we're going to do that right now. I'm going to do it in a standing position to emphasize the connection between the head and neck and the limbs, because all the channels go out from the head and neck and they go out down into the arms and the legs. So let's do it. Rubbing our hands together. And we're going to start by tapping over the top of the head here, or pressing if you're feeling very tired. But we're just going to tap gently over the top of the head and down onto the back of the neck. This is the bladder channel. And it goes all the way down the back, right down to the little toe. It's one of the longest channels in the body. Very useful channel for treating headaches and things like that. Let's squeeze down the back of the neck, right along the back of the neck there. Okay, that's the bladder channel. Okay, how about the eyes? Let's place our palms warmed up right over the eyes, relaxing our eyes. Keep that kidney 1 connected down into the earth. Float our head up, relaxing all the joints. Wiping the eyes 3 times, just really relaxing. Wiping the eyes. And then we get onto the temples. You can rub the temples or press them, or just tap. And then we go round outside of the head. And this is the triple heater and the gallbladder channel. Go around the outside of the head, and then pressing down more to the outside, more in this dip here. I'll just give you a close up. Okay. This dip here, this is gallbladder 20, and we'll go down into this bit here. This is the gallbladder channel, so it's like this. Excellent. Whew. Gallbladder. And then, if you've got that releasing, you'll probably want to do this. This is gallbladder 21. And you can feel the action of this point. You can hold here as well. Right on the top of the shoulder. Sends energy down the body. Really good for sending any tension in the end of the neck down into the body, down into the feet. Let's do the other side. Okay, it goes down the triple heater channel and down the gallbladder channel, down the sides of the legs. That's where the sides of the body, of the head, connect. Right, that just leaves the front of the body, which is related to the large intestine and the stomach channel, basically. So we can do that. I'll just close up so we can do it together. Okay, so really what we're doing is picking up the eyes here, just underneath the eyes. This is where stomach 1 was. Remember that from last month? We go underneath here, stomach 3. This is all the sinuses. Getting hay fever this time of year, really good idea to just keep opening up the sinuses here, the upper sinuses. And then we've got the famous large intestine 20 here, which is the point we ended up at the end of February. And then we moved over to heart 1 and we went down the whole front of the body, if you remember. So large intestine 20, and then again round and then into the jaw, relaxing the jaw. And then this is a good idea, is to actually get the fingers in here and massage around the tops of the gums. If there's any obstruction here, I'm getting right into these, right into here. Okay, the jaw here, the upper jaw is related to the large intestine channel, probably because of this large intestine 20 is nearby. And the lower jaw is related more to the stomach channel. So we can go around here. I'm just gently pressing in, thumb underneath here. This is the heart, links to the thumb. So we can get a really good bit of self-shiatsu right the way around the jaw. And just pulling the ears and wiping the face off. Okay, so that's the front of the body. That goes down the front of the neck. And then it goes down through the stomach channel, large intestine channel down the arm. So we can just brush off down the body here. So the only bit we haven't quite done is the back. So stretch up the back. And if you can reach it, you go down as high as you can. As high as you can, down as far as you can. See if you can reach here. And then picking it up here and then down onto the feet. Okay, so as high as you can down. And then oh, marvellous. Okay, brilliant. What a lovely session. I really enjoyed it today. We've got 2 minutes just to bring everything together with this breathing. We're going to do this exercise, the Tai Chi breathing. We'll pull it all together in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Let's just remember that feeling, opening up kidney 1, relaxing the legs, relaxing the arms, float the head up, breathing into the lower dantian, releasing the middle burner, and opening the upper burner to bring the chi from the air inwards. Okay, so we've done some really deep connections now down into the earth to give us coolness, stability. We've activated by bringing the air in from above. So let's just consolidate that by breathing in. We're going to breathe in. Okay, as we breathe out, we're going to send the chi down through the body, releasing it all the way down through kidney 1, down as deep as we can into the center of the earth. And we're going to breathe in from the center of the earth, breathing in. Bring the breath into the lower dantian and breathe out. Connect it downwards. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, and now we're going to connect with the heavens, opening up, imagining the breath coming in from above. Okay, breathing out, settling the chi into the hara, releasing the upper burner. Breathing in, the air from above, settling it into the lower dantian, breathing out and releasing. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay, and just stand for a second. Let's just stand for a second and really enjoy that feeling of connection and release in the body. Okay, thank you very much for tuning in and joining us this week. Just going to quickly tune into the chat. There we go. Kat's been really busy. I can see that. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, I really enjoyed that session. Notice how we're really tailoring it now, particularly for those of you that are feeling a little bit tired and a little bit weak. We've got to look after you and not overstimulate you. Yeah, okay, great. Lots of hearts on the chat. I'm going to put my own one on there and say goodbye. Just to flag up that we have got an open, an intro day coming up in Norwich in May. It's on the Shiatsu College Norwich website if you want to join us. It's going to be a fun day with Basti. So if you've never been in a Shiatsu class before, you live near Norwich and you want to come and spend a day with us, I think you'd really enjoy it. Okay, great. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you next week. It's going to be the last week, by the way, of the spleen meridian. So we've got a couple of points of the week to finish off the spleen, and then the next month we'll be on to the next meridian. So hope you can tune in. Okay, goodbye everyone. Lovely to see all those familiar names on the chat, and we'll see you next week.